Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into a massive, game-changing shift in real estate tech. If you've ever even thought about selling your home, or, just caught yourself wondering what your place is actually worth right now, you're definitely going to want to stick around for this one. We're diving into something called the 2026 Equity Evaluation Strategy. It's basically a whole new playbook that's totally flipping how we look at real estate data. We're moving way past those old, outdated habits and stepping into a seriously smart, analytical mindset.
Okay, so we're all pretty used to the standard CMA report, right? You know the one. A boring, dusty stack of printed papers that honestly just leaves sellers guessing and kind of anxious about where they actually stand in a weird market. Well, contrast that with where we're heading, an equity dashboard. This is a glowing, tech-forward, AI-driven tool that literally replaces all that stressful guesswork with cold, hard, actionable insights. By using these modern, super clean interfaces, it gives you absolute clarity instead of market confusion. It lets you see your actual financial reality in a completely new light.
So let's get into Section 1, the boring CMA problem, outdated and static.
I absolutely love this quote from the strategy. It says, "Most agents bring you a stack of papers called a CMA. I'm bringing you a crystal ball." I mean, wow. For decades, those traditional comparative market analysis reports have been the absolute gold standard in the industry, but here's the thing. They are fundamentally failing modern sellers. Why? Because they rely on static historical data from like 3 to 6 months ago. A crystal ball, though, that implies real vision. It's predictive technology. It's not about staring into the rearview mirror at what some house down the street sold for last year. It's about looking forward and predicting exactly what your house can do tomorrow.
Moving right along to Section 2, enter the equity evaluation, the new standard.
So what exactly is an equity evaluation? Well, it's a real-time, tech-forward assessment that uses AI to reveal a home's hidden value and proactively engage sellers. The absolute keywords here are real-time and hidden value. We are completely tossing out those static, dead numbers. Instead, this strategy grabs live MLS data and pairs it right up with artificial intelligence to actively sniff out equity that a standard surface-level report just totally misses. It hands the power right back to you, the homeowner, showing you your current market reality. You get a dynamic, to-the-minute look at what your property is worth today, like right at this very second.
Which brings us to Section 3, the data nerd strategy, William Huffman's method.
This is where it gets really practical. William Huffman's data nerd strategy rolls out in 3 super clear steps. Step 1, ditch the old script. Step 2, introduce interactive live data. And Step 3, let sellers co-create by identifying their own price range. The absolute genius of this approach is how it shifts a seller's psychology, right? By interacting with live data, instead of just being handed a thick packet of paper, it transforms you from a passive listener into an active, collaborative partner. Actually, scratch that. It makes you a co-creator of your own pricing strategy. When sellers see the live market reality for themselves, it completely removes the friction, lowers those defensive walls, and builds some incredible trust.
All right, Section 4, predicting the perfect buyer, AI-driven targeting.
So how does this crystal ball actually work? It all leans on 4 incredibly powerful pillars. By combining AI-driven lead magnets with real-time MLS data, the system literally models predictive buyer behavior. And guys, this is where the framework gets insanely insightful. Instead of just jamming a for sale sign in the front yard and, crossing your fingers, this algorithm identifies deep search patterns. It correlates digital browsing habits with major life events to actually map out who is likely to move next. This means you can match the property to the absolute perfect buyer before the listing even goes public. It's highly targeted, it's intelligent, and it completely strips the randomness out of the whole selling process.
If you only take one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this. Stop guessing your home's value. The era of relying on an outdated stack of paperwork to tell you what your most valuable asset is worth, yeah, that is officially over. With the right predictive tech in your corner, you just don't have to wonder anymore. And you certainly don't have to stress out over market uncertainty. You get to operate from a position of absolute, undeniable data confidence.
Almost done. Section 5, the 72-hour countdown, actionable momentum.
72. That number is absolutely crucial. It represents the 72-hour equity evaluation window. Listen, the market moves incredibly fast, right? So real-time data is literally only valuable if you act on it while it's actually current. This strategy is all about urging homeowners to take immediate action, to reach out and grab their own tech-driven report today. That 72-hour countdown creates this really focused, urgent window to analyze your hidden value and strike while the iron is hot. You want to utilize that predictive buyer modeling to your absolute full advantage before the market variables shift all over again.
So, as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a pretty provocative question. Are you still guessing your home's value, or are you ready to see your hidden equity? It really is a fundamental choice. You can stick with the traditional paperwork, all that anxiety, and the endless guessing games, or you can fully embrace the 2026 strategy, jump into an AI-driven equity dashboard, and finally truly discover your home's real potential. The tech is here, and the predictive capability is completely real. It's really just a matter of whether you're ready to stop guessing and start knowing. Thanks so much for hanging out with me to unpack this framework. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.